welcome back to the Imaginary Gallery. I've decided to devote a new series to the subject of depression, also relating in cognitive therapy, because it's a very interesting concept, and a lot of it I see is true. So I'll explore some of the parts in a particular book, Feeling Good, the New Mood Therapy by David Burns. But it has a lot of valuable lessons, and it helps you even just with your regular life, even if you're not in a depressed state. It helps you sort through many of the common errors in thinking, or cognitive distortions, as he calls them. But yes, there are a lot of them, and they also apply in other ways. So stick around and learn, listen, and have fun. Welcome back to Imaginary Gallery and the first episode in the new series, brand spanking new series, which I've chosen to call Cognitive Distortions. Now, this is a little different from the normal series that I do involving the Narcissistic Personality Disorder. However, I have found that this subject is directly related in more ways than one, of which you will eventually hear the secret of. But I figured at first I would just pick a few of the cognitive distortions in the book. I've mentioned 1,000 times David Burns' book, Feeling Good, the New Mood Therapy, and I figured, you know what, I might as well go over all 10. So keep in mind, when we say cognitive distortions, it refers to the various internal thoughts that we have in our own heads that guide us from day to day and happen to contain false messages, errors in thinking, problems with our surroundings as far as our interpretation and our beliefs. So we will move right along to number 1, which is the first cognitive distortion, called all or nothing thinking, which refers to your tendency to evaluate your personal qualities in extreme black or white categories. For example, a prominent politician told him, the author, "Because I lost the race for governor, I'm a 0. Or a straight A student who received a B on an exam concluded, "Now I'm a total failure." All or nothing thinking forms the basis for perfectionism. It causes you to fear any mistake or imperfection because you will then see yourself as a complete loser, and you will feel inadequate and worthless. Well, this way of evaluating things is unrealistic because life is rarely completely either one way or the other. For example, no one is absolutely brilliant or totally stupid. Similarly, no one is either completely attractive or totally fugly. Look at the floor of the room you're sitting in now. Is it perfectly clean? Is every inch piled high with dust and dirt? Or is it partially clean? And I've said this before in my other videos. I wonder where I got it from. Absolutes do not exist in this universe. Well, I would say absolutes don't normally exist in this universe. They do sometimes, but rarely. If you try to force your experiences into absolute categories, you will be constantly depressed because your perceptions will not conform to reality. You will set yourself up for discrediting yourself endlessly, because whatever you do will never measure up. to your exaggerated expectations. The technical name for this type of perpetual error is dichotomous thinking. You see everything as black or white. Shades of gray do not exist. And yes, in personal or real life, I've noticed the very same type of thought tendency. Because if you work at a company or you work in a business, a lot of times their standards for you are perfection. They want perfection out of you. So you may do 20 things perfectly, but then you mess up on one, and it's very easy to think, oh no, I messed up on that one, I'm done for. But it's again an erroneous way of thinking. However, it does affect a lot of us, and myself included, well, especially if sometimes the expectations seem to be geared around perfection, which I'm quick to say, hey, management, we're not machines. We're human beings. We can't be 100% perfect. But that's number one, and there are 9 more. So sit tight.
I love you.
Yeah. Oh, are you sure? I was just kidding.
Vote yes, the narcopath for president, because 2 heads are always better than 1.